please put your hands together for the Lauren Michaels Band.
Doing great.
Doing great. All right, so I know some of y'all. So we have Sandy Craig, who we've been working to set this up. And then Lauren Michaels, you were here for the Wooden Spoons.
I was, yes.
And then why don't you introduce yourself? Down there
Me?
again. Yes.
Oh, Chuck Lettuce,
Chuck Lettuce, just like
the vegetable.
Just like the vegetable.
We call him Chuck the Iceberg.
Chuck the
Yeah.
Iceberg.
That's cold.
That's cold. I like it. So talk a little bit about the Lauren Michaels Band. What is it?
So we most of us have been playing together for about 6 years now in one band or another at some point together.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just formed into this. We basically couldn't figure out a name. And since I'm the lead singer, we went with this.
With the Lauren Michaels Band.
But yeah.
Perfect. The whole time we were setting it up, I kept calling it Sandy Craig and the Lauren Michaels Band.
No,
But that's not it.
that ain't it.
That ain't. It's the
It
Lauren
should
Michaels
be, though, because he's our fearless leader. He writes a good portion of our songs. He schedules everything. I'm trying to take over, and I'm like, ah. So
So what's it like being the fearless leader?
I don't really like that part.
He hates everybody.
Yeah. No, it's been a real fun run. I first heard Lauren sing about 6 years ago, and I knew there was something real good there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gone through quite a few different personnel, and we have a deep bench. When Chuck can't make a gig, we've got a fabulous fiddle player, another steel player, and everyone else we have, they're all up on our songs, and
Yeah.
it makes it real fun, because
Yeah.
each night we got a different lineup.
it's always an adventure.
Yeah, so
Always
you
an
guys just kind of
adventure.
hop around, play with
Yeah.
some different folks.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds very fun.
and when we can fit on the stage, we try and go 6-piece.
Wow.
It gives that full country western
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah, so talk about that sound. It's kind of country. What's your style of music?
We try to lean towards an old school country type of feel,
Okay.
like a western swing type of thing. I would say we're not really big fans of newer pop country.
Pop,
I think
yeah.
most of us, me included, even though I'm a lot younger, grew up listening to traditional country music, and
Yeah.
so that's kind of where our heart lies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How did you guys get into music, each one of you, in the first place? Why don't we start with Chuck?
Well, I'm going to show my age. I always wanted to play in a 60s band, and now I'm there. I started listening to the Beatles, and I think a lot of people of my generation, the Beatles kind of opened the door, and it was all downhill after that.
Yeah.
I started playing the pedal steel guitar when I was in college, way back when, and I stayed with it. It has a magical sound, and it's perfect for this band because it has that twang, and I can rock it up because we can play a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
But that steel guitar is a real magical instrument.
Yeah, I love the twang, like you said. Yeah, it's perfect. Lauren?
I was always in choir in high school and everything, and as I got older, I did a lot of karaoke, and I won $500 at a karaoke contest, and I was like, maybe I could do something with this. And I heard about a singing competition, and Sandy is one of my best friend's dad, and I always knew that he played, and I asked him to play guitar for me for the singing competition, and I ended up not winning, and I was crying behind the stage. And I was like, I'm never singing again. And he was like, oh no, you're singing. And then we started the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sandy?
My dad was a Dixieland musician, and he had a master's in music, so we had music in the house constantly, blaring often from two different speakers, two different songs. It was kind of chaos that way, but yeah, I've been playing since I was like 16. And
So for a long time.
a long, long time, and I like doing the singer-songwriter thing.
Yeah.
I still do that occasionally. It was suggested gently to me to find a singer.
Okay.
So I
Just
laughed.
slowly suggested, like, you might
Your
wanna
songs
find-
are okay, but yeah, get a singer. So that's
So you got her.
why I grabbed her.
Yeah. What's more lucrative, winning those karaoke contests or being in a band?
Lucrative. It reminds me
Neither.
It reminds me of a great joke. How does a musician make $1 million? He starts with 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 20
I
years
mean,
later.
I think a lot of musicians would say, like local musicians, would say they're not in it for the money at all. You know, it's about having fun and
Yeah.
and having a good time and doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
It's not very lucrative sometimes.
But if you guys are having fun and you
Yeah.
are bringing enjoyment to other people, I think that's what matters. and
oh,
counts, right?
it pays in that, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sandy, as the songwriter for the group, how do you go about writing a new song? What's the process like?
Each one is different. I basically just make stuff up. I'm not like a confessional songwriter about my own feelings
Yeah.
as much as I'll just come up with a story, and it's very, very fun for me to write from a 30-year-old woman's viewpoint. I love doing that. So
Especially if the woman's in prison, right?
Yeah, he puts me in jail a lot.
Only
And a
one
lot of our
song.
songs have a death count, and a lot of them talk about arson. So,
So,
It's
And
kissing and killing.
yeah,
Kissing and killing,
killing. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what we call it.
I love it. Do you guys have any favorite stories of playing together for so long now?
I
For the
think
public, I don't know.
I think one of my favorite ones was, and I don't know if all of us were there at this one, but we used to play at this place up in the mountains called the Buck Snort, and it is just this tiny like log cabin, dollar bills all over the wall. It's a really nice, cool little place.
Yeah.
And we were like 2 songs in, and the power went out, and instead of the owner kicking everyone out, she's like, keep playing, and we lit candles and we got acoustic instrument out and we still played the entire show in the dark, and it was one of the funnest things.
That was pretty cool.
It was really, really cool.
Another time we got to play in a cave.
That was fun.
Not the best acoustics, but it was really a neat day.
Yeah, I would bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, our first year when we started out, we won a competition, and we got to play a big festival and open for Leanne Rimes, and
Oh, very cool.
that was a big day.
So going forward, do you guys have a goal of where you would like to play someday?
You know,
I think I'll die happy if I can do Red Rocks, just a film on the rocks even.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
That's definitely my
A
musical
film
goal.
on the rocks.
yep.
Yeah.
That would be great to do.
Yeah.
I like it.
We just in May released our 3rd CD.
Oh, wonderful.
Almost all original songs. We also have, as you see on our stage playing there, we have Michael Howard on mandolin, and he's got a song on there that's just fabulous. So look us up,
Yeah.
and
And we're running out of time, but talk about those songs you're going to play for us tonight. Are they on that CD?
they are both of those are on the CD, and they're originals. And
Perfect.
we
And which
think-
ones are you guys doing tonight?
We're going to do If You Could Choose and Love is a Beautiful Thing. They're both written by Sandy. And my favorite is Love is a Beautiful Thing, because if you listen to the song without paying attention to the words, it's just a very beautiful, pretty song. But if you listen to the words, it's actually extremely, extremely brutal. So I think it's a really interesting song.
And the name of the CD is?
Double Crossed Heart, which is a lyric in that song.
Perfect. So check out Double Crossed Heart. We're excited to hear you play. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having
Amy.
us.
Of course, yeah. All right, stick around, guys. We'll be right back with Lauren Michaels' performance and more fun coming up.